Yeah, my name is Fanie and I'm competing in the South African National Barista Champs Finals 2023, the 11th of Feb, in, it's 2 weeks from today.
My name is Dario and Fanie.
Luhle.
My name is Claudia.
What I do at Bluebird, I brew coffee.
And I work on bar as a barista.
I'm a barista. I manage the cafe, the new cafe that we have now.
I am the production roaster. I also help Dario with a lot of the coffee selections and obviously a lot of quality control and that kind of thing.
And I'm the owner, head roaster and green coffee buyer for Bluebird Coffee Roastery.
So from my perspective, I think that when we're preparing for competition, we do take it very seriously, and I think that this pushes everybody on the team to approach coffee better, to try and be better professionals. And from a morale perspective, it really does give us a purpose. It gives us something to work towards, I found, and obviously it is only me on stage, but it is a team effort in preparing for these competitions. And so a purpose-driven team is a strong team, and I think that that is the case for us right now. Preparing for this competition, it has given us direction, it has given us the opportunity to do something significant and meaningful, and that's very exciting.
It's been amazing. It's been absolutely incredible. I think that from progressing into the semi-final round and now into the final round of the South African Barista Champs, as a team we're so aligned and focused on one thing, which has been amazing. I believe that the quality of our bar work in the cafe, definitely the quality of my roasting has improved dramatically over the last year. And I think the way that we're talking about coffee, the way that we're talking to our customers about coffee, and just our general focus on excellence, I would say, has been razor sharp recently, and we can definitely see the impact across the business. Everybody is super excited.
So as a fairly new member to the team, I feel like I came in right as Fanie was starting to do his prep, and for me it was really awesome to see how the team was just embracing him, and it just felt like a little family, and it was amazing to just see the support that everybody's giving him. And yeah, I feel like I got to know Fanie better through this competition prep as well, which has been really cool. Yeah, it's been a little family.
I just feel like team morale is always at an all-time high in knowing what we can do, where we want to be as well. Since I joined the team, apart from competition, but obviously leading up, it just gets more and more intense because of the more time we get to spend together during work hours, after work hours. The team just feels more united, but again, there's that sense of belief in the work that we do.
With regards to coffee competitions, I think that it is a very niche space in specialty coffee, but I also think that it has its purpose. I think that research and new ideas and new inventions and new processing methods need to be shared, and this is the ideal stage to share it. Although it is not accessible to everybody, it is a great platform for people to speak about innovative concepts and innovative things in the industry. And also to speak about research that is being done that won't always be recognized from a barista consumer level, and bring that to the forefront. So I think it is very important to communicate work being done that is advantageous to the entire value chain, but that doesn't always reach the consumers.
So when I started the company, competition wasn't on my radar at all. I've competed at a lot of stuff in my life, and I don't really have this desire to compete in coffee myself.
Competition is huge, and I think in the coffee industry.
I feel like it's a way to embrace everybody's passion for the coffee and for the art of it all and the science behind it all. It's amazing to see how every person kind of has their own take on things, and how people want to just embrace different parts, and everybody's states are going to be different, and it's so cool to see everyone just in their element and being embraced by the industry, which is amazing.
As a company, I could see early on that competition would play an important role in allowing us to explore excellence in coffee. The focus, the quality needed to compete at the higher levels would push us as a business to excel and become very influential in the industry, in our space, and essentially build a company that matters in the coffee world. So I'm very excited that those early ideas have become a part of our identity now as a company.
For a lot of people, they see it as a benchmark. They see it as the one platform where there's serious advancement of the coffee industry. That's the place where all the big players being the winners of each country that gets to represent, or even just in local competition, it's people that are doing the work and are there to innovate and bring and inspire people to what they're working on, and bring new ideas. So again, it's a platform of advancement. That's kind of the role I think competition plays, and that's kind of how we are approaching competition ourselves, that we're bringing in what we're looking to do as Bluebird. Fanie is looking to do as a barista and a roaster in everyday life, working in coffee, into competition. In those 15 minutes, he gets to present that.
So I love Fanie's approach to competition. He connects with people very, very well, and he presents extremely well. He's obviously a real scientist when it comes to coffee. He's a passionate, flavor-focused coffee professional.
Just very proud of him. It's been amazing to watch him just do his thing, and from the first set that he ran with us to, I mean, where we are now, it's just amazing to see the improvement and just how passionate he is. I love listening to him speak. It's amazing.
He brings to the table a strong focus on the science of coffee, and with his set focusing on biodiversity and saving ideas that could save coffee as we move into the future. Ideas currently being spoken about at very high levels in the industry, and very important to us as coffee professionals, coffee enthusiasts, who want coffee to be around for a long time and want to see quality around for a long time. So the concepts being spoken about are both relevant and very interesting, and I personally have learned a lot through his research and sharing his set with us as a team. So
I think that for me, it was, I'm always somebody that chases innovation and new research, and this is not my own ideas. I'm simply a vessel communicating these ideas, and I obviously love the coffees that I've selected, and they happen to be perfectly suited for this topic. And so I think it is a combination of my passion for finding new knowledge and sharing new discoveries and new things in the coffee industry, but also allowing the coffee to tell me, or to kind of write its own narrative regarding the set, to create a beautiful narrative to go with incredible flavor experiences. So the premise of the set is based on genetic diversity in specialty coffee. Coffee's genetics were narrowed quite dramatically when Cafe Arabica was propagated throughout the rest of the world. A handful of trees were taken out of Ethiopia, and this led to like quite a shallow gene pool for most Arabica coffee grown throughout the world today. And so the concept of the set is simply based on how can we diversify these genetics, how can we bring genetic diversification to the table and establishing more secure, stronger lines of coffee that can secure coffee's future going forward.
I really enjoy Fanie's intentionality in what he's talking about. I think it really reflects, again, what we do as a company, as Bluebird, in the way that we roast our coffee, the way we speak of coffee, the way we think of what flavor is and the flavor experience that we try to give our customers in the cafe. And Fanie's experience as a barista is now a roaster. So it's bringing in all those perspectives that he has and that he's learned through understanding green coffee, but also understanding brewed coffee at the end. So it's just this beautiful combination of knowing what to do and how to get there as well.
I really enjoy listening to him talk about the origins of the coffee and how the coffee is actually harvested and sourced and all of that. I feel like it's amazing to see him and his passion for that, and just how much he loves that part of it, and it really shows in the way that he speaks.
And I think he takes the judges with him on what he's bringing in and what that does to the final product, the final cup with each course. So again, that is that very constant intentionality throughout the whole set. I really enjoyed I feel like it's a super exciting set to have on stage, especially for nationals and looking for to WBC potentially. So obviously that's the goal. So yeah, it's exciting times.
So we've got 2 incredible coffees for Fanie's final round. We have a Típico Mojorado, a naturally processed coffee from Finca Soledad in Ecuador, farmed and produced by my friend Pepe Gijon. Pepe is a very interesting coffee professional with an interesting background, which I won't get into now, but you'll learn more about him as our relationship with him as a producer grows over time. And the second coffee is from the world famous and world beating on a competition stage level Immaculata Coffee Farms in Colombia. It's a Sudan Ramey varietal, anaerobically processed, literally the best coffee I have ever tasted. I had a bit of a spiritual moment on the cupping table when we first tasted that coffee, and I'm just excited that we were able to get some.
Being able to like take a single coffee or 2 coffees and to really get to know them on a very intimate level and to share that knowledge of the coffee and how to prepare it with people, and then also just creating an atmosphere of innovation in the industry. I think that competitors are a lot of times perceived as the leaders in the industry from a barista perspective and from a knowledge perspective. And I think that pushes a lot of people within the industry to be better. And I look forward to inspiring more people to compete, to push the boundaries, because the more people we have contributing, the greater the result will be. And I think the aggregate gain for more people competing in barista competitions for the coffee industry would be incredible. And so it's a privilege to be a part of that process.
Those 15 minutes, he gets to present that. So it gets to reach a wider audience as well through competition. So I think it's quite impactful in that sense, is that people get to be influenced but also be taken along to what we are doing every single day, just through competition alone.
So we're constantly searching for amazing coffees. That's a part of what we do as a company, and Fanie has always said that he wants to compete with coffees straight off the retail shelf, and I think that actually is true in this situation. The coffees we've chosen are currently on our web store, currently on our retail shelf. We aren't keeping anything a secret. Anybody right now could buy these coffees and drink them at home and have the same taste experience as what Fanie's bringing to the competition stage. So searching for competition coffees is a similar process to what we go through when searching for any of our high-end coffees. We want to create long-term relationships with producers we believe in, and we want coffees that are true to terroir and are not overly funky, overly fermenty, but rather clean, sweet, balanced coffees. And I think that that's what we have for this competition.
I've always been a repetitions guy, and so when the lights are on and the music's loud and you need to be ready to go, I always defer back to the primal brain. And so repetition helps me secure those words, and when you start speaking, you kind of just start rolling. And for me, it's been very helpful to do this multiple times, because the more that you do it, not the easier it becomes, but the more familiar you become with the feeling. And you become aware of what you need to say, because there are specific ways that you need to describe things and specific things that you need to say in order to be successful on a competition stage. And so repetition is very, very helpful with regards to that. But then also just making sure that you're communicating clearly, right? Ensuring that you're speaking correctly, using the correct words, using the right terms. That is very helpful, and it provides a lot of confidence in yourself to deliver the message, if you are able to eloquently translate that.
As one of the world's leading baristas, what he does with the coffees he has at his disposal is just incredible. He always manages to find more flavor than anybody else can, and I'm his biggest hype man because I love tasting coffee from Fanie. He just absolutely knocks it out the park every time. From a roasting perspective, I wanted to stay true to our style, which is to represent the coffees in a very clean, very sweet way. We want to have lots of development without adding any roasty flavors from the drum, and I feel that we've achieved that. The Immaculata coffee, we had 3 shots to roast this coffee before it was all finished. It's that rare. That's as much as they could sell us, and I would say that batch on batch on batch we've achieved better sweetness, better clarity of flavor. So I wouldn't say we've necessarily approached the two coffees differently. The coffees that we would want to serve as espresso, the same roast style would be appropriate for milk. And yeah, they're tasting incredible.
I think it always comes down to me just a lot of gratitude for the people involved. I always say that I am the one on stage, but the preparation is even beyond the team in the roastery. The team is here late nights, early mornings, ready to listen to the set, ready to provide feedback. But also I have the opportunity to showcase the work of some incredible producers. And I'm just so fortunate, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to work with these coffees, and for the ability to showcase them and try and bring the best out of them for a very privileged select group of judges. And it is super exciting.